Welcome to Jack Jr. talking about emotions, and it's in a really interesting way.
Has everybody seen Inside Out 2 movie? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the characters and we're going to chat about the characters instead of just boring old emotions.
It's like always using my star.
That's not true.
Anger can come in like different forms.
I mean, it's like a volcano. It bubbles and bubbles until it just explodes.
What's box breathing?
You draw a box, but breathe in.
Because then you're focusing on the breathing and not focusing on the problem.
What do you think anxiety is?
I think anxiety is the nerves of doing something before you actually do it.
Anxiety can help you go that bit further.
But the time I felt really happy was when I got my first dog. Got through and it was really cute. I really loved him.
Welcome to Jack Jr. Today we've got a great episode talking about emotions, and it's in a really interesting way.
Yeah, we've got some really, really nice guests on, so hopefully you'll absolutely love it. Has everybody seen the Inside Out 2 movie, the biggest movie this year? Has everybody seen it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 is all about emotions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the characters and we're going to chat about the characters instead of just the boring old emotions. So we'll start off straight away just by introducing yourself, say your name, age, and something like a cool fact about you. So we'll start. Here we'll go this way.
I am Latrey. I am 11 years old, and a cool thing about me is I have two pets that are very naughty, and it takes a lot of time to look after them because they are two huskies.
Two huskies.
And they're also my favourite animal.
Nice.
You like dogs, don't you?
I love dogs. I love huskies.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm 12, and a cool fact about me is that I do jiu-jitsu.
Hi, I'm Summer. I'm 13 years old and I do horse riding. I've got my own horse.
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm 14 and I'm really into beauty, cosmetics and all that.
Does anybody else feel that you just want to cry because you're just so happy about stuff, like anything? After I'd finished my leukemia treatment, it was just, it's just those moments like that you just, there's just nothing can get better than that. It just feels so good, and just, it's like you feel proud of yourself. And yeah, I think that's what joy is, just being happy and just, yeah.
Yeah, when Huey rung the bell, it was such a happy moment to share together, because we've been hoping that we'd be able to do that for the whole 3 years of your treatment, so it was a great feeling.
So what I want everyone to do is think of a time when they felt really happy and felt really joyous, and we'll do that for every single one. So we'll go around and everybody think of a time when they felt really happy. So Trey, we'll start with you.
But the time I felt really happy was when I got my first dog. He was really small and cute, and I actually got him for a Christmas present. So to get him really small, he was like this small, this big, and I just managed to get him. I first saw him when I came home from school, and he was just on the sofa, and then so I got through, and it was really cute. I really loved him. So then I sat down on the sofa, and he just fell asleep in my lap, and at that moment we knew we'd be perfect together.
Aww.
What's it called?
Cookie.
Cookie. That's a good name.
Angel, what about you?
I think what makes me happy is meeting new friends, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where do you can you think of a specific scenario at school?
Probably in school when I moved into secondary, I've made actual new friends.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Summer, what about you?
Probably going riding, show jumping and stuff.
Mm-hmm. What's your horse called?
Storm.
Storm.
Unfortunately not for long because we're having to sell her to get a different one. Just because she rears.
Okay. What about you?
I'm really into my music and everything. So my mum surprised me going to, do you know, The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got me tickets to go to that with my best mate. So we got to go last year, which was really cool.
So the next character is Sadness, quite the opposite of happiness that we've just been talking about. So what do you think Sadness means to you?
Sadness means, I think sadness is like when you're really upset or you're really sad that something has happened. So if you really don't want something to happen, but it has happened anyway, you could be feeling sad because you didn't want that to happen, but it has. And it could be all different types of forms. It could come in all different shapes and sizes. But it could be something that's not getting, like you said, getting a really good plate of food. It could be something like getting broccoli. Or
Yeah, that's something that we see in Inside Out too as well, because broccoli's a thing that's, just broccoli.
to sadness herself, feeling like she's worth nothing, as you could also see in Inside Out 1. So yeah, sadness can come in any shape, any size. It's just something that you don't want to happen, but it happens anyway.
I'd say a big thing with sadness is crying. It's probably like one of the main things you do when you're upset or sad. So does anyone like cry or just try and like bottle it up?
I'm a big crier. Like,
Yeah.
I'll try and hold it in, but I'm like the biggest crier ever. Like, I'll like hold it in for like 2 seconds, but I'm always crying.
I think it's good to let your emotions out though. Like
Yeah.
it's better to
It's
like
good.
cry.
You can just like get it out. And
Yeah.
And it's a natural thing. Everybody feels sadness.
It's nice to talk to people as well though.
Yeah.
And then let your emotions out while explaining your emotions to other people.
What do you think, Angel? Is it like
I think it's good to cry, so then you don't get so upset when you cry all the time, and then like you can just let it out and tell anybody why you feel upset or you're crying.
Once you feel like you've cried, I feel like you can just like deal with it your own way afterwards and just like go quiet, which is what I do.
Yeah, so after you cry, you do always feel better, and rather than bottling up, when you get it out, it does feel better, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just a natural thing that people feel that level of sadness, and there's nothing wrong with crying. It's something that like everybody does it. It's one thing that like
It's a natural
It
thing.
is, and it's just everybody does it, and there's nothing to be like ashamed of, nothing like why you should hide it in. But yeah, I think it's really important.
I can cry so easily when I'm upset, and like within like 5 seconds I'm crying. But if I'm happy, like I've had some happy moments, like getting my own horse and I just didn't cry. I'm more of a like screamer when that happens.
Yeah. People normally like associate crying with sadness, but it is a happy thing. Like you were saying, when you got your dog, you cried in happiness. So
Yes.
it can mean both things, happiness and sadness.
I think I've started crying. I was on holiday once, and I just told a really. I don't even think it was a joke. I think I just like we were doing a quiz, and I shouted the answer really loud, and I was just full of energy, and I just had the giggles, and I just started crying my eyes out because I just like screamed. I think it was magma, and I just screamed. Like I just started crying. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things where
It's just an emotion you can get like from anything. It's
Yeah,
not
I can
like,
cry when I'm laughing. I can cry laughter, like
Yeah.
because it just kind of happens. But like not happy, but like when I'm laughing, I can cry. I do that quite often.
So we've had joy, sadness, and then obviously anger with the fire out of his head. It is just one of those. It's just one of those emotions that everybody feels. It's something that everybody has. When's a moment that anybody's felt just angry?
I know mine's when it's on the football pitch and ref
Yeah.
gives a dodgy decision. That's definitely
Are you
when I get
all
angry.
siblings?
Yeah, so
Are you siblings?
No.
Oh, siblings.
oh
Yeah,
gosh,
you
she makes
get
me so angry.
Yeah,
Oh
there we go.
my-
I'm quite an angry
Do we
person
get-
though. Like I get angry quite easy. Definitely when I'm homeschooled, but before that I was at school and like everything made me blow up. But yeah, Lily is probably the main thing that makes me angry.
What does she do? My sister, like I throw dirty towels in her room, and she gets pretty angry about that.
Summer's like always using my stuff.
That's not true. You are
It's so
always in
true.
my room.
Here we
Come
go.
into my room
Like
and she picks
I
up
just
my
see
stuff.
I just see her walk into my room and I'm always calling her like, "What are you doing in there?" And she's always like taking something and I always have to get to bring it back in, but she never does. So.
Oh, I won't say that, but anyway.
Yeah, I think sibling anger is pretty.
The biggest one.
Yeah.
definitely.
But like the thing is, you can say anything to them and they just like you can make up with them afterwards.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
think
you can be as mean as you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think like crying, it's the thing with anger is just like shouting, and you can even cry when you're angry.
Yeah, anger can come in like different forms, can't it?
Yeah.
Like crying or just like playing it cool, but you're actually really angry.
Yeah.
When you two argue, do you say things that you don't mean to each other, like bad things to each other, like you don't actually mean?
Oh yeah.
Just like say things and then we have to like say things afterwards because
Just sometimes come out, in the moment when you're just feeling angry, so you just come
Cool
out with
things then.
things, and then obviously you don't mean it. So you
or
have
like you'll
to-
say something you're like, I definitely mean this, and then an hour later you're like, okay, I didn't really mean that. But
Oh, so when you say it, you don't really mean it, you just say it anyway in the moment because you're angry.
yeah, well, I
Yeah.
guess like if you're feeling it in that moment, you're gonna say it.
I think you need to be careful though. You need to think about what
yeah,
you
you've got to
say
think about the sort of
before you
person you're
say
actually
it,
talking
'cause
to.
anything could happen.
I mean,
you don't want
family,
your
it's
last
different,
words to be
but-
bad.
I'm the sort of person that I can never leave things on a bad note. So if I'm leaving the house and I'm in an argument, I have to say something nice before I leave.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah. But so I never leave things on bad notes, and I'm always the first one to come back through an argument to like say like, can we just like dead this now? But yeah, I think it is easy to say things you don't mean to the wrong person. But
Is there anything that makes either of you two angry?
My sister as well. She would like always take my stuff and then she would say I don't have it, and I always find it in her little bed shelves or something.
So it's fairly similar to their
Yeah.
arguments.
What about you, Trey? Is there anything that you just like find it's just really irritating and you just hate?
Well, I'm quite a competitive person, and I play a lot of games as well. And I wouldn't say I'm rage quit, but as well, it's also people when they cheat, it gets me quite angry as well because some people that I play with try and cheat and they try and get away with it. I always know, and it sometimes makes me a bit angry inside as well because they're trying to lie, which makes me angry, and also they're cheating, which is also like that
Yeah.
makes me angry.
So do we all think anger's just like little things building up to one big argument?
yeah,
Yeah, I think it depends what it is though,
you
because
can have
there
like
can
little
be
explosions
yeah.
and then big ones.
It depends how big the thing is that annoys you. Like it could be small things that build your anger up all day, or it could just be one massive thing and you just really angry about
Some
it.
things can just be irritations, and some things that can be actually like
Yeah.
that's like really annoying.
Yeah.
Do you think you could like tell someone or let a little bit out, let a little bit of steam off when you can like feel like anger coming on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How do you think? Like,
I think if you're with people, it can sometimes be difficult to just let off steam. Like if something's really annoyed you all day, you might want to bottle it up till you're like home, and then you just let it all out. Because sometimes you don't want to just kind of let all your emotions out in front of other people. It's different if you're like with siblings and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, you're quite good at like keeping yourself to yourself.
thanks. I know.
It's like a volcano where it bubbles and then it bubbles, and then over time, more things that make you angry, it bubbles and bubbles until it just explodes, and then that's when you get really angry. It just explodes all out.
Yeah.
that's
Such a good answer.
that's a perfect like representation of anger,
Yeah.
I think.
That's really good. Yeah.
So, Trey, like to stop the volcano, what things do you think you could do to like stop it bubbling?
When I get angry and I stop it bubbling, I go upstairs and just take like 5 minutes to breathe without anyone there. And it's like almost like a rock falling on the volcano to plug it in, and you just chillax and you can be like nice and chill. And
Take a few deep
yeah,
breaths.
a few deep breaths and being alone definitely helps.
Is there any like different ways, Angels?
You could always tell like a parent or a teacher if you're at school and you get in an argument and you're getting really angry. You could always tell a teacher.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think? Like,
I think I just like kind of think about it in my head for a little bit, or like there's like different ways you can calm yourself down for different people, like counting to 10.
Yeah, that's good one. Like count, like just kind of taking a moment to just take a few breaths, like count to 10.
Breathing, like box
Yeah.
breathing as well.
what's box breathing?
You like draw a box, but like breathe in.
Oh,
hold it.
yeah. I think
Breathe
I've seen
in,
it. Like you breathe in, then hold it,
Then breathe out and then
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it. And then it just kind of, because then you're focusing on the breathing and not focusing on like the problem. It just calms you
Yeah.
down. That's
Yeah.
quite good.
You do that when you go to sleep as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Like
it
to
helps you
relax.
sleep.
Yeah.
It's just a good calming kind of method, isn't it?
Yeah. So if anybody's getting angry, is it square?
Box.
Box,
breathing?
square. Just
yeah,
think
you
of
call
a-
it box breathing, but it is basically a square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one to remember.
So the next character we're talking about is embarrassment. So when do people get embarrassed?
Like being told off in school. I literally
Oh, that's a
like,
really good
I used to
one.
run to
Yeah.
the toilet straight afterwards, just staying there for like an hour.
I think it's embarrassing though because you're in front of all your friends,
Yeah.
and I think just like the moment of just like getting in trouble is just like so like.
I got
annoying.
called out once in front of the whole assembly. Oh my gosh.
I think it's just one of again. It's one of those things that it's a natural occurrence, but there's things that like happen that make you.
But it's only you that's embarrassed. That's the thing. Like no one
Yeah.
else looks at you and thinks it's embarrassing. It's just you in the moment. It's like that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But you look back on it and it wasn't even that bad.
I hold on to things for like a really long time, so I'm thinking about it for like 3 days afterwards, and my friends probably don't even
Yeah.
remember what's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
I just think about it for a while, and I'm like, I can't believe that happened to me. And then like I'll like bring it out to my friends, and they're like, what happened? Like they don't even remember.
And then
But-
that actually ties in with the next character, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. Angel, what do you think makes you embarrassed?
Well, I remember once in class, me and my friends were just singing a random song, and the whole class went silent.
That's the worst.
And we all just pretend nothing happened. And when the whole class was talking again, we just laughed about it. And I remember I fell downstairs before when everyone was going to lesson, and only my friends were laughing at me, and everyone just stared at me while I was on the floor, and I just got embarrassed and went away.
Oh.
Oh bless you.
How did you
That's
feel? Because I
sad.
know when you're embarrassed, you can get like a little bit like
butterflies.
nervous. And
Yeah,
then-
it's like in the stomach.
Yeah, and I think the main thing with being nervous is like getting red cheeks.
Yes,
and
it's
so
like
Oh my
you
God.
see
Yeah.
the
And once you
emotion.
realise you've got red cheeks, you go redder. Because
Yeah,
you're like thinking about it.
friends
And then-
go like you got red cheeks. Like no.
Yeah, and when they say, when like, it's when the friends bring it up. Like you might already think it, when they say it, it makes it worse.
Yeah, and I think like especially in the movie, he sort of embarrassment. He sort of hides away when he doesn't really
Yeah, he
speak.
kind of
and-
doesn't want to be more embarrassed. He just hides
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
What do you think? Like why do you think we do that? It's all like in our brain and what we feel. But why do you think you'd sort of like hide away?
I think it's because you do something silly, or you find silly, and not many people find silly, and then everyone could be looking at you and laughing at you, and that makes you like feel compact and small because everyone's laughing at you and you don't know what to do in the moment. You just freeze up and hide.
Yeah, I think people just overthink being embarrassed. I think they think too much about like what other people think, which I don't think that's like. How do you feel about that? 'Cause
I'm a massive overthinker. Like I overthink things so many times. Lily's always like, "Why are you asking so many questions?" It's because I have to like know every detail about something.
Yeah.
I like overthink things like to the max. Yeah.
I think everyone can be self-conscious as well. So you're trying to not be embarrassing, and you can just do the most stupidest thing that no one even cares about. It's like the end of the world for you, but everyone else is like, what? Like, why are you embarrassed? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you think it's the end of the world, and then everyone else just forgets in 5 minutes. And it's over with them, and then you just keep bringing it back. And then
Yeah.
that makes you look even more silly because everyone's just like, "What are you on about? What are you talking about?"
yeah,
Things that are embarrassing could even be like just stumbling over your words. 'Cause
yeah,
It's just a bit like annoying.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think you can get like annoyed at little things, and then that makes you.
Yeah, like reading in
Embarrassed.
class, you just say the wrong
Oh,
word, and you
I
just think
hate
everyone's like
that.
gonna laugh at it. It's like not even.
And the more embarrassed you get, the quieter you get, and that makes it even worse because you're
Yeah.
like everyone else is
Still
like
goes
confident
bad.
speaking.
Yeah, I've had to read in spectacles in my English class, and I have the biggest bit to read.
You always get chosen for the biggest bit.
And
It's
you-
so annoying.
Yeah, and I just like halfway through it, I just stopped. I stumbled over my words. I just stopped and I took a breath, and I carried on. And it was like, I think that's one thing that you can do to help with embarrassment. Just take a breath. Just
don't
realize,
overthink, yeah.
like just like realize you are overthinking it. What do you guys think?
Just think you can't be worried about getting judged because that will cause you embarrassment. Because I think being judged is one of the main things people worry about.
Yeah, like being like,
But no one's actually judging you the way you think they are.
and
I
like
think-
when you like hear your name in a conversation, it's like, what are they saying about me? It could be that they're saying the nicest thing in the world to you.
Well, they're not even talking about
Yeah, it
you.
might be something else, but like,
But because you overthink, your brain just takes it to the next level and you just embarrass yourself.
Trey, what do you think anxiety is?
I think anxiety is the nerves of doing something before you actually do it. Like, it could go perfect. Like, even doing this podcast right now, it could be perfect, but you're worrying about all the little mistakes you can do. And if there's a question that you don't know, and you're thinking about what all the things that can go wrong, and that's like anxiety in the Inside Out 2 film. It's using Wiley's mind to think of all the things bad that could go wrong instead of thinking of the happy things. And I think if you just let anxiety take over and let it control your brain, and then you'll be thinking of everything bad that could happen, you can enjoy the good moments.
Yeah. I think also it's like before you do something that you know you have to do really well. So say like you're doing a performance on a stage, or like before
Yeah, it's
a big
pressure.
football game or something like that. Like you know you've got to do well to like please yourself. I think is a big anxiety thing. So do we think anxiety is just bad, or it also has like a good side to it?
I think everyone interprets anxiety like in a bad way. Like I think anxiety can actually help you in some ways. If a lot of people say fight, flight or fight, where your body's preparing for something, and anxiety can help you go that bit further to get what you need to do.
yeah, it's normally when people lash out because they're like already upset about something and worrying about something, and then something will happen, and it's just the most.
Yeah, like as you said, you're doing your football. It might help you do better because of how nervous you are.
Yeah, I try to use it like to my like own use, but sometimes it can just get over you and you can't do anything about
Yeah.
I think when it totally takes control over you, that's when like it gets a little bit
Controls
out
you.
of
Yeah.
control, and I think it's a completely natural thing. Everybody has worries, everybody's nervous about things, and it's completely normal. But I think when it completely controls you, that's when
You just need to learn to kind of control
yeah,
it
Like,
yeah.
like learn to deal with it in like different ways.
in your own way.
Yeah. What do you think, Trey? Do you think anxiety is just bad, or?
Anxiety isn't just bad. It could also be just like when you said, it could just be preparing you for the good things. But it could also, but yeah, when you make it, when it lets you take control, then that's when it turns bad. But you don't want it to take control, but you want it to have a little bit of fear in that, like, in your life, to give you an understanding of everything that could happen. Because if you're just completely like brave of all the dangers, then that'd be like you being happy all the time, and that wouldn't really work. You have to be worried of some things in your life. Nobody's scared of nothing, and that's where anxiety comes in.
So we've talked about anxiety being a good thing and also a bad thing, but when it gets a little bit too much, is there anything you use to like drive you and calm you down?
I mean, like when I lost my guinea pig, I was really upset. So just me and my friends went out for a gallop on the horses. That was really fun. Like just when I like go fast, basically.
What about
Anything
anyone
else?
else? Angel, what
I
do you
think maybe you could also do like your favourite sport or something, or try something new, like try to bake something, or like maybe text one of your friends to see what they're up to, and then maybe you could go meet them out somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's different for everyone. Like we mentioned earlier, just sitting down and relaxing for a bit, maybe just watching a bit of TV. Just
Everyone's
like,
got a
I
different.
think
like,
listening
Yeah.
to music's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That-
I think so.
I think that
listening
can
to music's
really.
the best for me.
I think you have to match the mood. Like you can't be like
really
it
upbeat
help-
music.
yeah.
Yeah, like
if
Lily,
you're already
like-
sad, you don't listen to sad music 'cause it's just gonna put you in like a sad mood. You want to kind of lift yourself up with it. I think another good one's exercise. I think
Yeah.
because doesn't that
Exercise.
release good? What's it called?
hypes you up.
Yeah.
endorphin.
That's it. Endorphins. It like releases all of that, and it just makes you feel a lot better about yourself. And you're also getting fit, so it's all good.
So guys, what an amazing chat. We've talked about all the different emotions, and I think we've learnt about just the normal, and like everybody has their way of coping with them. And yeah, I think it is just the way you cope with them, how those different emotions affect you. But they are all normal. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming on with us.
Yeah, it's been a great chat, and we've talked about Inside Out 2, which if you've not seen it, go watch it. And Disney, can you please partner with us as well?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's been so good.